what the to do next and other unanswerable questions. It's a TV chat. It's a way to stay informed, to stay positive, and keep on trucking and keep that creativity flowing. Welcome. How's your week been? I know a lot of people have started work again or they're gearing up for work again. I know a few people in the industry who are getting their back to school shoes shined up. I know they've got their lunch boxes packed and they're ready for a new life in telly and content creation. I also hear of some pretty scary situations where people are being laid off. I think we are just seeing the tip of this. I'll be talking to somebody about that shortly. Now, let me just introduce myself as I always do. My name is Yana Groves. I am a TV producer. I run Bloomtime Media. We do training and mentorships for upcoming TV producers and creatives. We do also content. So we have people who come to us who want to make new shows, and I love getting my hands dirty with that. Now, there's a little bit of an echo. I hope that's not distracting you. Oh, God. Listen, you can see on the screen who my guest is. He's already picking up, and I think this is his fault that there's this loop happening. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. You'll have to wait. Yes, so I just want to say thank you so much for being with us. I'll tell you a little bit more about me. I'm a TV producer. I run mentorships, but also I am a keen racing car driver. Honest Gov. Now, what have we been up to? I have been talking to some very interesting industry experts over the last few weeks. We are on week 8. Would you believe it? 8. And I didn't get my fingers wrong this time. We've spoken to the inimitable Laura Cassidy, who's a fantastic producer. We have spoken to Jasmine Parkinson, who is TVCV founder and reality TV production manager extraordinaire. We've spoken to Yana Groves, the UK's smoothest and sassiest radio presenter. Alex Mavrodakis, Abwala, an executive producer at ITV Studios. Janine Cooper, godmother of gargantuan content. And Lindsay Vine last week, who was spectacular. From fuzz to format fiend is how we bill him. He's phenomenal. Now, we have a special guest today. As I say, we only speak to the best on how to come out on top. I don't know if I want to introduce him yet because actually he's crouching behind his desk and it's actually funny just to watch this happen. Yeah, can you see that? Yeah. So maybe we'll just leave him hanging for a bit. No, come on. It's Mike Goldman, everybody.
Hi.
Hold on, Let me give you proper applause.
Oh, thanks, everybody. Studio audience. Great to see you all. Thanks for coming. Good to be here. Excellent.
Mike Goldman, TV presenter, radio host, voiceover artist, horseshoe thrower, and many, many phenomenal things. Especially topical to have you with us today because, my God, that voice is probably one of the most recognizable voices in Australia. Not only wandering through various retail establishments, but on the big and small screen, particularly now, Big Brother 2020, the Big Bro Show. Hi, Mikey, tell us everything.
Oh, I'd love to tell you everything. Yes, it's so good to be here. It's so good to see your little show. I've watched it with all these amazing people, Janine and Alex, and I feel out of my league to be alongside all of those people. I really am. So it must have been tough to get a guest today, wasn't it?
I was desperate. Pure desperation, Mike.
Desperate needs to come and call for desperate measures. I completely understand. Absolutely okay. But it's great to be here, and it's a very interesting time. Yes, just like you say, and we're all dog paddling to keep our heads above the water, and saving whatever job keeper, job holder, job catcher money we can keep in the bank, and try to see the silver lining in all this madness. Madness.
Madness, I tell you, madness.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all just doing what we can to get through. We're just trying to make it through. And I guess what we've discussed with all these wonderful industry experts is you've got to multi-skill, you've got to keep focused, stay positive, and keep those creative juices flowing. I know that's, I keep repeating the same phrase, but I think for people like us, it's the only way.
Yes, and eat lots of ice cream.
I have had probably about 4.5 tons of ice cream in the last couple of weeks.
So, how's your workouts going? Your lockdown workout? So, is it more Netflix than push-ups, or
You want to see
more?
these guns?
You're preparing yourself in your
guns?
cocoon to be a butterfly that's coming out to take on the world, or what's going on?
I have been an avid, as everyone knows, I'm an avid Zumba fan. So I've been doing Zumba right here in the living room.
Do you know I'm the voice of Zumba?
Sorry?
I'm the voice of Zumba.
Are
Spice up your body with Zumba, the latest craze taking over the world. Move your body to the Latino beats, and you know.
That's it.
Do you know? Funny thing about Zumba, Yana, it was really big all over the world, but Australia was one of the biggest places it was on the planet. You know, you saw all the ads with that huge Zumba sign and all those people that was played in the US, the UK, Japan, South Africa, and Brazil. Guess where that was shot?
Where, Mikey? Where?
In Sydney.
Get out.
You see it on the TV and you think, oh, wow, I want to be like those must be Brazilians or Americans or something like. No, it was shot in Sydney, Australia, and an amazing man by the name of Michael Strano was the brains behind it all, who now runs, I think, the MotoGP stuff at Foxtel. He used to run the Speed Channel.
So he's multi-talented, a little bit like you.
Yeah, and so anyway, there you go. Zumba!
Zumba! Da-da-da-da-da. Do you want to see my six-pack?
Yes, please.
No. Anyway, Mikey, how have you found this whole lockdown? What have you been doing?
Well, like a lot of other people out there, I suffered a few losses over the start of the year. In terms of clients, you've got a lot of businesses that you would have been regular people that you work for, whether, obviously hosting events is a big thing for me, doing a lot of voiceover stuff for different clients, and they put their contracts either on hold or canceled them. So you think, okay, what am I going to do? There's a lot of people at home and there's no sport on. Normally there are millions of people will be watching sport. So I just use it as an excuse to shoot more content because I saw it as an opportunity to sort of build the online following. And that's worked really well for me, and a lot of things have come from that. Like I've got my chat show that's been going for years on themic.com, which is on all the podcast networks everywhere. But I've extended it now to PR companies who might be doing a launch. Like I did a book launch last week for Gary Brown, who is an amazing branding expert and advertising marketing guru. He launched products like Pringles, Stimorol, Gillian chocolates.
And Mike Goldman.
Tabasco sauce. And I did learn a few things from him. He's a very interesting, very smart guy. Does a lot for charity as well. So I did an interview with him, and there's a few other little brands, and there's a Scotch company I was doing some work with, and Rode microphones. And
oh my gosh!
So you just because you just got to look for new ways to do things and sort of find the silver lining. Like I hosted a launch the other night online, and there was like about 60 or 70 people there for the launch of a product. I hosted a fundraiser. Like so many charities all over Australia, the way they make their money is they throw an event and they'll auction off a whole heap of stuff, and they can't do those events. They haven't been able to for months, and the charities are really struggling. And one of them, who I'm an ambassador for, is the Charlie Teo Foundation for Brain Cancer Research. And I was supposed to host the Rebel Ball a couple of months ago. And last year we raised $1 million in one night. So I talked them into doing it online. We didn't raise $1 million, but we still raised $160,000 that they wouldn't have had for charity
Not bad.
and it all 100% goes to brain cancer research. So you just got to go, all right, I'm all in now because we've all been pushed off the cliff
Yeah.
into the digital space more than ever. I mean, a lot of us were dipping our toes in the water and going, oh well, this is the way it's eventually going to go. You know, TV and movies are all streaming, and you really need to know this stuff. You need to know how to work a camera and a microphone and get, especially as a presenter, get your stuff happening so that you can make content for other people and also shoot stuff for yourself. And now I'm as of only a few weeks ago, I found out I'm making a show about Big Brother. I'm not actually working for Shine Endemol. I'm working for Seven, making the Big Bro Show, which is like I used to do on Big Brother Up Late.
Can I just stop you there? This is really important. No. I think this is really important. For those of you who don't live in Australia, because by the way, Mikey, we have an international audience here. We have people in South America, people in Europe, people in UK, all over the world who are listening at various times. Hello, everybody. If you don't know, Mike Goldman is a legendary presenter, and people know him to be so synonymous with the Big Brother brand. And people, your fans have been cheering for you to reappear. And
Yeah,
I'm
they
so
have, man.
happy. It makes Big Brother feel right. It's like you've taken it home. It's the cherry on the cake. You know, it's a great show, and to have you as part of it is such a welcome thing.
Yeah, I feel really lucky. I mean, I did hit up Shine. Oh God, it was like 6 months or a year ago, whenever they were doing the auditions and everything, and said, my voice has been on every single episode of Big Brother ever made, and I'd like to be a part of the new one. I'm a fan of it. I think it should never have been taken off the air. I think it's going to do really well. And Big Brother said no, and then Channel 7 said yes, and I said yes to yes, and here we are making a little show for 7 about Big Bro.
That's awesome. And the thing is, if you don't put yourself out there, you don't get anywhere.
Yeah, that is the biggest lesson I think anyone can learn. I know that you work with a lot of talented young up and comers with Bloomtime Media, and one of the things that you push with them, and I tell anyone that's asking me for any advice, is just put yourself out there. When I first started my podcast, like I remember a lot of people saying to me, "What are you doing that for? Like, who's going to watch that? Is anyone actually going to be listening? Like, why do you care? Why don't you just go get back on radio?" Well, radio is dying for one, and that's being proven more and more every day. But it's just what it might lead to, and that's another good piece of advice someone once told me is you might be thinking, oh, should I do that? But you never know what it's going to lead to. It might lead to other opportunities. I mean, when I started on Big Brother, I was just the voiceover guy, and they asked me to do crowd warm up, and I thought, well, I'm not really crowd warm up, but I'll do it. Then one of the TV network bosses goes, why don't we give that guy his own show? And they put me on Up Late and then Friday Night Live and all these other shows. So you've just got to put yourself out there.
And you've got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. Definitely.
We were talking earlier about pivoting, being able to pivot and
I'm pivoting.
To pivot and to look for the silver lining. Those two things are really key.
Looking for the silver lining, absolutely. And I mean, sure, everyone's getting to spend more time with their friends and family and work from home, but you've just got to figure out, like, hey, what businesses will or business ideas will really suit those people, and if you are those people, and just look for the positivity out of that you can spin into an income.
What's the hardest thing being a presenter? What have you found the hardest thing to be?
Drinking alcohol while presenting. It's pretty hard. Shots. I don't do those things at all. No. The hardest thing, I think, is reading the auto cue when the auto cue guy's never done it before and it's just going like that on your screen. It's also, do you mean in a work sense or actually work? Like when you're doing the job or when you're trying to do the work?
I think it's doing the work because, if you don't know the industry and You know, you're watching a show and there's a fabulous presenter and it seems so effortless and seamless. It's nerve-wracking. It can be really, really tough and confronting, and you know the pressure's on you, right?
Number one thing I'd say is focus. You need to be focused so you know exactly what's going on, especially if it's live TV. And being on live TV, you've always got to make sure you've got about 3 or 4 backup plans.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if the tape stuff's up, I've got this I can talk about. Or if we cross to some reporter on the street, okay, we've got another thing here lined up that I can throw to, and another whole list of things that you can banter on about, so that you've got those good TV hands loaded to be able to just keep the show rolling.
Well, this is why I'm a producer and you're a presenter, because you know I noticed you were playing with the hanger, so I picked up the remote control. So you've always got to, right? It's about, you see, it's about having the props to make it work. Oh yes, I'm so glad you pulled it out. Look, we've got some great comments, Mike. Let's see. Oh, we got a lot of comments on this. They like the Zumba chat. Who doesn't like a Zumba chat?
Everybody loves Zumba.
Woohoo! So we have my Zumba instructor actually watching and going, whoa, yes!
Cool.
We have a comment from Ash Goodman, who says people should just get normal jobs to fund their hobbies. I agree with that.
Yeah.
You got to do.
Life is short. You got to enjoy yourself.
That's right. Yeah, but also, I think we can't be precious in this time. I know people who've taken jobs in supermarkets who are very qualified industry professionals. You got to do what you got to do to support yourself, and I think we'll get back into the rhythm. But it's tricky. Also, we have, oh gosh, there's loads of comments, but I'll come back to those. So, Mikey, what's next for you?
What's next? Yeah, good question. I'm really focused on the Big Bro show at the moment, because the guys at Seven have really given me the freedom to be able to have a bit of fun with it and do some crazy segments with old housemates and whatever else I want to come up with. I mean, I'm thinking of going out on the street and interviewing people about what they think of what's going on the show, and just going all out, you know, with that at the moment. I also working with an app company at the moment. You may or may not have heard of Masterclass.
Oh yes.
You know, where you pay to learn to act, or you know, producer or director gives you their secrets of the industry. I'm doing something like that with sports stars. Already working with Irv Roland, who is James Harden's NBA basketball coach. Working with Rico Gear as well, who's an ex-All Black, who I just interviewed recently on my on the Mike.com show. And so this is based in an app that sort of works with AI, and it watches you how you pass the ball, how you play the ball, how you kick a goal, and all that kind of stuff. And they tell you how to do it, and it flips and says, nope, this is how you do it. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. I have a film festival, which is going to be running for its 6th year.
The Sanctuary Cove Film Festival, International Film Festival.
6 years, yeah. And I just got a letter from Screen Queensland to say that they're backing it this year, which is really nice. And I'm going to Melbourne as soon as the government allow us to start going interstate, and I'll be working on a TV series for Netflix called Clickbait with Adrian Grenier, you know, the dude from Entourage.
Fantastic.
I've only got a little part in it, but it's pretty cool that when you audition and you land a role like that. But I mean, for years and years, I had a lot of trouble getting acting work, because before I was on Big Brother, I used to do a lot of acting. Like I was on Home and Away, I was on GP, which was a doctor show on the ABC, just little bits here and there, and you know, shot a couple of little parts in movies and stuff. And I always sort of had that in the background. I wanted to keep it going, and working on reality TV. And when Big Brother came along, it was the antichrist to all productions who were making drama, and all actors hated it because it was reality TV. All of a sudden, was taking away millions and millions of dollars that would normally be spent on drama in those primetime time slots. Did I say time three times a day.
Time. It's time slots.
And so to be able to sort of step away from that a little bit, I changed my name.
What?
Yeah, my name is now Ingresias El Moto. No, it's not. It's all I did was just on my resume with my agent and my acting reel, it says Michael Aaron Goldman rather than Michael. And get this shit right. So when my agent rings up, like casting agents and stuff, say, "What about Michael Aaron Goldman? Would you consider him?" Oh, who's that? They go, "Who's that? Are we?
He sounds
we see this
amazing.
real?" And it's we only did it late last year, and it's I did a TV series for Amazon Prime where I did a little role in there. It's Rachel Griffith's series. What the hell is it called? The Wilds, which is coming out later this year. Only a small part, but once you got your foot in the door.
Yeah, but look, let's not talk about the small parts, because you have actually created a self-titled full feature-length movie. No?
Oh yeah, shooting Goldman. So that was when I was working on Big Brother, because I was trying to get the acting thing going, as I always do in the background. And these guys from Actors contacted me and said, "Hey, we've just won Best Screenplay last year at, I think it's Trop Fest or some big screenplay award competition, and they couldn't get funding to make the feature. So because to get funding, you got to prove you can make a feature. So they just wanted to do something low budget with someone with a bit of a profile to be able to get the money for the next gig." And so they came up with an alternate version of me, which is where I'm traveling around, and I think my whole life's a reality TV show.
It's so good.
Got played in festivals all over the world, and off the back of that, we launched our own film festival on the Gold Coast. But I did shoot a movie, another feature film last year with a director by the name of Mark Toyer. Mark is one of the best commercial directors in Australia, if not the world. He doesn't do a lot of work in Australia anymore. He's just constantly flying all over the world, whether he's shooting an Apple TV commercial or for Yamaha or Hyundai. He flew me over to New York to shoot some scenes in his movie at the moment, which has got the working title Monsters of Man. I'm pretty sure that's the release title as well. And that comes out in the next couple of months, which is really exciting.
Yeah, well, you see, it's not about, whether it's big roles or small roles. It's about keeping your finger in there, right?
Sorry, darling?
It's about keeping your finger in the pies.
Yeah, you got to keep your finger in a lot of pies. Just like Man at Arms here. Like Man at Arms, he's I don't know if you know who he is. He's writing Battle Cat.
Well, Aaron has commented. He says, "Oh my God, Battle Cat from He-Man." Yes. Yep. Aaron, I'm so glad you're actually listening to what we're saying.
With the hat.
That's wonderful.
The hat as well. So my brother bought me this for my birthday off eBay, and I think he got it for about $70, which is crazy. But Man at Arms, it's relevant to what I'm talking about. Just stick with me here,
I'm with you. Drifting off slowly.
Hey, listen. Man at Arms is known for having all of the weapons. He had an amazing arsenal. I said arsenal.
Arsenal.
And so he could draw on them at any time. So to have your finger in a lot of pies, you have to be able to have a lot of fingers.
Yes.
So, be good at doing lots of things. And I think that, it's quite relevant at the moment because of all of these people are being laid off in the media industry. And I read in the paper today, 250 people about to lose their jobs at the ABC.
Yeah, it's really rude.
So many newspapers are closing down all over the country. News Limited just closed down all of their regional papers, not all of them, I think most of them. And so a lot of journalists out there, especially the ones that are coming out of uni right now, they're all thinking like, okay, how am I going to make a crust?
That's right.
How am I going to make a living? They're going to have to be able to shoot, edit, grade, get the audio right, put together the story and produce it themselves. You've got to be Man at Arms.
You've got to be
a jack of all trades. You've got to be able to put everything together yourself. Like I can't tell you how long it took me to figure out like what 25 frames per second was and how to work my camera properly and how to grade things and how to get the audio right and how important lighting is to every shoot. And now I'm working with green screens for this new Big Bro show, so I've got to make sure the green screen's right and how to set that all up to be able to send it to the editor. So that's something that us in the television industry at the moment, the media industry, We just got to learn more and do online courses. And if you know anyone who's good at stuff, just sit with them and watch them
That's right.
and learn from them.
Or do a Bloom Time Media course.
Oh, what's the next course you're doing?
Well, funny you should ask. We have 2 more spots on the Platinum TV Producer course, which is happening tomorrow. It's 2 days intensive, seriously intensive,
How
with
intense? How close does
like
your
this,
face get to their face?
like that,
Ah!
like that intense. We have,
That sounds
seriously,
fun.
it's that intense. Look, it's a little bit of me gabbing on, but the key thing is that we have 3 incredible industry experts.
Who are they?
Well, one of them is Natalie Long. She's an executive producer. She's created incredible shows both here in the UK. We have Joe Siddiqui, series director on also pretty much anything you know in reality, factual, internationally. We also have Summer Steele, who is a series producer on things like the Bachelor franchise.
Oh, I love Summer.
I mean, like, wow. So
She's
we,
the
we,
best.
we are absolutely blessed. We have the best tomorrow. We're talking about these guys cover these shows. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Australia's Next Top Model, MasterChef, Married at First Sight. The list goes on.
Do you provide lunch?
Do I provide lunch? Oh God, what have you done now?
They all sound like amazing people, and I do know of them. I have heard of them and met a couple of them, and just to be in a room with those guys at the same time, if someone's wanting to increase their knowledge of the industry and make new friends in the industry, then that's just a money can't buy course, really. But you can buy it.
But you can for $2.99. Okay, so anyway, that's coming up. If you're interested, just have a look. I'll have all the details on the Facebook page after our little chat, Mikey. Also,
Yeah.
we're going to be doing a little bit of media and presenter training, aren't we, Mikey?
Me, yes, I have done some before. I have a little online group on Facebook groups because whenever I get a lot of calls from people every week or messages from people online saying, "Hey, you're a dickhead," but I get some other messages from people saying, "Hey, how do I get into the industry?" And I just say, "Hey, sign up to this group," and I post jobs there. I post workshops that I know that like your stuff, and whenever you're live online, I always share that there. And those people really appreciate it because it gives them an insight into the industry and lets them figure out what exactly that they want to do and how to get into it. My actual workshop, where I work with people to help them do everything from get on the camera and follow the auto cue to putting together a news story, and even down to doing voiceover demo, which is a different course I do for voiceover stuff. I haven't done one for a while because I haven't had time, but working with the people on that group and just helping them out, I do that for free. So if anyone wants to get in there, it's just the Mike Goldman TV Voiceover Workshop Facebook group, and just pop in there and say hi.
That's fantastic. I think we've got a responsibility to share what we know with others. And that's why I started this Facebook group, Facebook Live event, just so that I could share a little bit of what I know and keep people excited about the industry. It's very easy to be jaded and feel like the situation's hopeless, but it's not. And there are things that I will stand by and support in what we do. I think we're entertainers, we spread joy, we inform people, and I think we need to keep doing that and enabling others to do the same. Well,
Yeah, exactly. And you've always got to aim for the positive, look for the positive. And I think our industry, because it's so cutthroat, not just the TV hosting world or voiceover world, acting world, on the producing side of things, where you guys are coming up with ideas all the time and being essentially, creative for whether you're working on a show already or if you've got your own show that you're trying to pitch. You really got to keep an eye out for your mental health. And you've got to remind yourself how lucky you are and what you're actually working towards and why you're doing it. And from my part, it's you got to deal with a lot of rejection. I've had that in this industry for my whole life, but that's why I think it's really, really important to celebrate the small wins. Go and have a drink. Have a drink
Absolutely.
with your friends. Go and buy yourself a little present. If you
Yeah,
have a little win,
I agree.
celebrate it. Even if it's talking to someone in the industry and they see you reel and say it's great, celebrate that.
Yeah,
And remind yourself why you're in the industry and have fun with it.
absolutely. Um, this is why I'm in it. I love the people I work with. I love the environment. I love the adventures I've been on. I love what I've learned. Every production has a brand new learning curve, and I am pushed to my limits in terms of being challenged. And I come out slightly shell shocked, but always with more knowledge and a kind of stronger heart.
What do
You've
you
got to be
what
strong.
gives you your biggest kick in the industry? What do you enjoy doing the most? Me personally, it'd be like, if I run with an idea and I put it on a show, everyone's raving about it. People love it. You see people online, yes, which is a great thing about social media, saying, "Oh, I can't believe when they did that." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's seeing your creativity come to life
Yeah,
on the screen, knowing that you're standing just to the left of screen, where
yeah.
you are standing right next to your cameraman, and you have directed that scene, and you are so happy that you captured that moment's emotion, or that say for example someone's souffle didn't rise, and you happened to notice it, and you caught that
Mm-mm.
moment.
That's the worst. That happens to my
You
souffle
know
a
what
lot.
I'm on.
Yeah, but
No,
I
I
need to
mean,
see a
I am being quite frivolous about it, but I love that moment. The adrenaline is addictive, obviously. That's what we thrive off. Um, and feeling like you're part of something bigger, especially if you're doing something great for great people. We have wonderful contributors in unscripted and in reality TV. And those contributors, when you see them start off on a show and say, winning this would mean everything to me. It means I can take care of my grandma. It means I can take my grandma on holiday. And you see them win, and dreams are fulfilled. That makes me happy.
That's good. That's a good answer. I like it when you're happy.
Good. That's a good thing. Mike Goldman, this has been amazing. We've gone way over time already.
What? How long did we go for?
We went for a total of 33 minutes.
That's a record for me, anyway.
Hold on, let's do it.
I'm going to say that this is the absolute best show that I have ever been on today.
Yay.
Thank you.
Mikey, I wish you all the best of luck with Big Bro. I'm so excited. Can you tell us where we can watch it?
You watch the Big Bro Show. It's easy if you just go to onthemic.com. I've been putting it up there. And it's also on so many different parts of Channel 7, 7news.com.au. There's a Big Brother section. And I think people, my friends and family tell me that they're all just watching it off social media. They click it and everyone can put it on their TV
Oh,
now
it's
or on their phone
awesome.
or
It's awesome.
iPhone. And the highlights of the show we're chopping up and putting out on social media as well. And everyone's loving it.
I'm a fan.
Well,
I'm a
watch the new
super
series of
fan.
Big Brother. It's really good.
I'm a super fan. I really love it. I love Big Brother. And I think I'm a new super fan, okay?
Who's your favourite?
I can't say right now. I'm
Kieran?
early on in the series. We're
What do
early
you think of
on.
Kieran, the one that world's worst driver,
Yeah, I love
Adelaide's
him.
worst
I
driver?
literally love that guy. Love him.
He's
He's
hilarious.
brilliant.
He's so
Still an
funny, and
excellent.
then the bitchiness in there, and the little
Juicy.
mean girls group, Daniel and Talia.
Oh, it's all happening.
Challenges are great.
Anyway, keep watching Mike Goldman, The Big Bro Show. And what time does that roll out? So say you're watching
Seven,
at 7.
seven at 7 on 7 on
7 on
7.
7, 7, 7.
Just think sevens.
Mike
That's all you
Goldman,
need to know.
you are not only a legend of life, but you're a legend of light.
You're the light in my legend. Thank you. I
Thank you
love you.
so much. We love you. Go forth and keep entertaining, you legend of life.
Thanks, darling. Remember
Bye.
to the sunset. Bye.
That, my friends, was Mike Goldman. Oh, hold on. Wait. Show us again, Mikey.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. I'm going to turn his mic off. He'll just keep talking. Thank you so
Still
much for
on. I'm
joining.
still here.
Thank you so much for joining us. You fabulous people. Hey, look, there's still more comments. We have heard from Dion, who's literally laughing with tears. I mean, tearing up with laughter. Hi, Dion. How are you? We have the fabulous Matty. Matty's going to be joining this course tomorrow. He's excited. And he's come a long way for it, too. Can't wait to meet you, Matty. We have also the lovely Mark. Hello, Mark. Oh, lots of questions for Mikey, but I'll make sure I pass them on to him and we'll get some answers from him. All right? So, just to wrap up, I wanted also to remind you that we have, so there's tomorrow's course, tomorrow and Friday. It is 10 till 5. It's a long stretch. I'm sure you can do it. I've got 2 spots, only 2 spots. With COVID restrictions, we obviously can't have more than like 10. So we have to be very, very careful about how we are social distancing. And of course, we are right next to that. We have 3 industry leaders. It's going to be good. We also have a short course. I've been talking about this for a while. It's going to be online, 2 hours, 2 days. So you don't have to go anywhere if the weather's crap. You can sit indoors and listen to me and 2 industry experts. Anyway, that's July 1st and 2nd. We're still getting the tickets sorted. That will be done tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled, okay? We'll be covering how to conduct the perfect interview, the keys to casting, and story development. Any questions, just get in touch. bloomtimemedia.com, info@bloomtimemedia.com. And we also have a YouTube page, Bloomtime Media, but just subscribe. So, I hear people do these talks all the time. They go, subscribe, smile, all of that. It's nice to have your engagement. So, check out the YouTube channel. We'll be sprucing that up and making sure the last 8 episodes are there. And we'll continue to do so. Next week, remember I mentioned Joe Siddiqui? Well, she'll be here on Facebook Live. So she's series director of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, Australia's Next Top Model, MasterChef, The Bachelor franchise, and 4 million other exceptional shows. It's true. She will be here next week, Wednesday, 4 o'clock Sydney, 11 a.m. LA, 11 p.m. LA, and 7 a.m. UK, and Singapore 2 hours before. Singapore 2 o'clock. Get me. I have to say a massive, massive thank you to Mike Goldman, the legend, for all your advice, your hints, your tips, and your quirky craziness. Also to Tara Johnson, Bloomtime Media Production Assistant and Development Researcher, and all our supporters who keep watching every week. Are you crazy? You keep coming back for more. We love you. Have a good one. Go and grab a glass of wine, and we'll see you next week. Bye.